Did you know Asia lost more than 80% of its tourists during the pandemic? That's billions of dollars gone almost overnight. And for countries that depend on tourism, it was a total disaster. Join me as I dive into the impact of the tourism crisis and explore which 10 Asian countries are on the brink of collapse. Trust me, some of these will shock you. Tourism isn't just about sightseeing or relaxing on the beach. For millions of people, it's their paycheck, the way they feed their families. But when borders closed and flights stopped, many Asian economies started to crumble. Some are slowly bouncing back, while others are still stuck in a tough spot. Here's the big issue: too much dependency on tourism. Countries that put all their eggs in one basket, tourism, had no backup plan. So when the visitors disappeared, everything else went down with them: hotels, restaurants, airlines, and even street sellers. Even today, in 2025, some are struggling to get back on their feet. Countries at risk in 2025. Number 1, Thailand. Thailand used to welcome almost 40 million tourists a year. In 2025, the government is aiming for around 35 to 38 million, but arrivals have already dropped by more than 5% this year. Big cities like Bangkok are buzzing, but smaller towns still feel empty. Fun fact: Thailand is now mixing sports with tourism. They're calling 2025 the Grand Tourism and Sports Year, with festivals, marathons, and even Muay Thai events to pull people in. Number 2, Maldives. The Maldives bounced back faster than most, with strong numbers in 2024. But here's the problem: almost their entire economy depends on luxury travelers. If fewer rich tourists fly in, the whole system shakes. Fun fact: to stand out, many resorts now run on solar power and even offer reef protection tours. So you can enjoy paradise and save it at the same time. Number 3, Cambodia. Cambodia is climbing back up. In 2024, it had 6.7 million visitors. Plus, they just opened a massive new airport near Phnom Penh that can handle up to 30 million passengers a year. Still, millions of locals who depend on tourism are playing catch-up after years of struggle. Fun fact: about 1 in 4 Cambodians rely on tourism for their job. So when the tourists vanish, the whole country feels it. Number 4, Nepal. Nepal's charm has always been its mountains, Everest, Annapurna, trekking trails. But when travel shut down, guides and porters lost everything. Even in 2025, the flow of climbers is growing but hasn't reached the old highs yet. Fun fact: Nepal just launched digital trekking permits this year to make mountain tourism smoother and more tourist-friendly. Number 5, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka might be the most extreme case. In 2018, it earned $4.4 billion from tourism. But when the crisis hit, revenues collapsed and the whole country went into an economic freefall with protests and shortages. Even now, recovery is slow and uneven. Fun fact: to avoid putting all its bets on beach tourism, Sri Lanka now pushes heritage walks and wildlife safaris to attract different types of travelers. Number 6, Philippines. In 2019, tourism made up nearly 13% of the country's economy. Today, it's around 9%. The big names like Boracay and Palawan are back, but many smaller islands still struggle to bring in enough visitors. Fun fact: the Philippines is protecting its beauty by introducing eco-fees and visitor caps on famous islands to stop over-tourism and keep beaches clean. Number 7, Indonesia, Bali. Bali's collapse was dramatic. Hotels, farmers, and artists, everyone felt the pain when tourism stopped. In 2025, numbers are climbing back, but Bali is also rebranding. Fun fact: Bali is now a global hotspot for wellness retreats, yoga, plant-based food, and even digital detox packages. It's not just beaches anymore. Number 8, Laos. Laos welcomed 5 million tourists in 2024, making over $1 billion. But since it relies heavily on Chinese visitors, recovery has been shaky. Border towns are still waiting for crowds to return. Fun fact: Laos is going big on eco-adventures. Think river trips, jungle treks, and village homestays, perfect for backpackers and nature lovers. Number 9, Myanmar. Myanmar's issue is less about the pandemic and more about politics. With ongoing instability, many tourists avoid it altogether. Hotels and airlines are still half empty in 2025. Fun fact: some organizations are promoting volunteerism, where travelers can help local communities while exploring the country. It's a small step, but it keeps tourism alive. Number 10. Mongolia. Mongolia's tourism is small, but it's a lifeline for nomadic families. The pandemic hit local camps and guides really hard. Visitors are returning, but growth is slow because of weak infrastructure. Fun fact, Mongolia is selling itself as the ultimate digital detox destination. No Wi-Fi, no skyscrapers, just horses, open skies, and endless stars. Just look at Sri Lanka. When tourism collapsed, it wasn't just about fewer visitors. The whole economy spiraled, from fuel shortages to massive protests. It's a clear warning. When a country leans too heavily on tourism, one shot can flip everything upside down. Tourism is powerful, but it can also be dangerous if it's the only thing holding up an economy. Thailand, Maldives, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Indonesia, Laos, Myanmar, and Mongolia all show us how risky overdependence can be. So, what do you think? Can these countries bounce back stronger, or are they in for a longer struggle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read them. And if you enjoyed this, check out my next video on economic resilience. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening stories.